Hello, well in this film I'm going to put a roller foot onto my Singer sewing machine. It's the Singer 331K. 31K, very similar. So yeah, purpose of a roller or wheel foot is really so I can change sewing direction and do curves in sewing very quickly and easily. And I've got a little sort of box of parts for doing this that you can buy online. And essentially you need to replace a plate, a feed dog, and then actually attach a roller foot. So here's my machine. I showed it in a previous film where I was doing a bit of sort of general clean up and servicing, popping a handle on it, etc. It's got a standard foot at the moment, standard sewing foot. So in this box here I have some parts. I've got a new, hopefully, plate and a new feed dog. So the plate's a lot slimmer, it's just got a small slot in it. And then I have a couple of roller feet, a larger one and a small one. And so the whole purpose of doing this will be so I can do fine, like applique type work on this machine, going to and fro, doing circles, doing curves, etc. So I'll probably start with a smaller roller foot first and see how I get on with that. So this is the smaller one. And that's the actual roller wheel foot. Now I'm expecting this famous last words to be reasonably quick and easy, excepting I suspect that I'll hit problems with the height of this wheel and I'll end up having to raise or lower the arm here, but we'll see. The first job is to remove the foot plate and the feed dog that are here, and that's a fairly simple unscrewing. So literally undo these two screws and that'll take this part out. There we are. And then I need to take the feed dog off. The feed dog itself, and I'll come in a bit more. The feed dog itself is held on with two little screws. I do find with all these little sewing machine jobs it's worth having a good selection of screwdrivers, because if you get a perfect fitting screwdriver for the screw in question you don't end up burring its head. So 1, 2, so that's the dog that's coming off. This is a standard one. So this is one that's going on, and you can see it's just got the one row, double row of teeth there. So that goes on, just like that. So I'll replace those two screws. There we are. Right, I then take the new feed plate and pop that on. So we'll see if this aligns okay or not. No, it's the alignments. Oh, hang on, press that down. Yeah, it's coming up too much. So I am going to need to make a little bit of adjustment in order to get this to go down. So I'll turn the machine on its side and then I can adjust the height here. So I need to slightly lower the climb of the feed dog, and to do that I'm going to adjust this screw here and just pull this cam down slightly. That's the theory. So just slacken it off, and I'm hoping I can then just pull it down enough. There we are. See if that does it. I'll tighten it up and see if that's enough just to reduce the travel of the feed dog going up and down. So what's happening at the moment is the side of this feed dog is catching on the side of this plate. Right, confession time. To make this feed dog fit, I need to adjust two bolts under here and move the whole feed dog assembly over. Now these two bolts are very inaccessible, so the only way I could really get at them would be to take off the whole of this lower transit mechanism, which I don't particularly want to do. So what I have done, it's a bit naughty, I have just ground off the tiniest fraction, it's like 1/4 of a millimetre off the edge of this feed dog, and I think that will now fit. So if I couldn't do that, I would have to disassemble this and, as I say, take it apart, realign it and shift everything over. But I don't really want to shift more on this machine than I have to, so that's why I've taken what is probably a bit of a shortcut. Okay, I'm just screwing down this top plate, putting it back into position. I may need to countersunk that one a little bit more later on at the back there. Okay, so now I think I'm getting, yes I am, that's actually working as a feed dog. Okay, so I've now got my feed dog in there. I've put this plate back in. It's actually a thinner plate from the original, so there's a little bit of movement and the screws won't go down fully. So I think what I'll need to probably do is put a little gasket of paper underneath here just to stop it moving at all and make it flush with the table. But that's in. The feed dog, I've used that same screw as before just to raise it a little bit more, and that's coming up and doing its motion there. So what I'll now turn my attention to is putting the roller foot on. Now in theory I should be able to unbolt that foot and bolt this foot on, and actually it looks like that might work. First time, we'll see. So very straightforward, just to unbolt, hopefully. Yep, that's coming off. Take the foot off. Here's the roller foot, and I need to use the same screw to put it on, and I have to get the foot up in order to get access to the screw. So place it in position, and screw it on, just like if you're changing it for a zipper foot or any other foot. So just screwing that on. I think they call these high shank foots, or feet, high shank feet. So that goes on there. That seems to be on okay. It's not wobbling. And then if I close that up, yeah, what I'm going to need to do, that foot isn't going to go down, so I'm going to need to raise this axle that it's on. So to do that, I'll swing the machine around. Okay, so my problem is this foot, I can't fold it back to where it should go, so I'm going to have to raise this one, and to do that I undo this screw here and I should be able to push that up. It's not shifting at this second. It's a bit stiff, I think that's all it is. Oh, it's coming now. And then push it down to where I expect it to go. And it's something like that. I'll tighten it there at the moment. This will need a bit of fine adjustment. So there you are. I've now managed to get the foot down. There's a little limiting stop screw here which determines the swing, and it's a little grub screw with a collar screw. So I'll undo that and just get the roller part of the foot thread over the top of the feed dog. That's aligned about right. Tighten that up. So that's got the little wheel immediately over the feed dog. So this swings up out the way, if it's in the up position, like that. Get your material underneath, push it down, foot goes down. So that's the theory. I suspect I'll need to do a little bit of adjustment on all of this before it works, but what I should find now, is that clear? Yeah, I think it does just. I may need to move that a tad. So that was the screw that I used there that I'm pointing to raise this bar for this foot, the foot bar. Okay. I'll swing the machine back round front ways and check my alignments. So just looking at it from the front on, I'm wanting to make sure that wheel looks like it's coming directly forward. And I think actually I need to just swing it around a little bit. So I'm going to, again, unlock that bar and just swing the wheel around the tiniest bit and then retighten. That, I think, keeps it in a straight line. Having made that adjustment, I think I then need to probably slightly just swing this out a little bit more. Not very much. So I'll adjust that grub screw once again. So yeah, little tweaks, but I think we're nearly there with that. Yeah, at the moment I'm not getting the right contact pressure. That needs to be lower. So a little bit of tweaking and adjustment is needed. So I'll get that down lower next and then have another go, because it's not gripping. I'm not getting the material being pulled through. I'm just going to lower the wheel onto the feed dog and tighten it up. I'll put the cover back on, re-thread my needle and have another go. Increase foot tension, see if that helps. Oh, that's better. And the wheel is now turning. Right, I think I'm nearly there. Just going to see how it reacts to a thicker bit of leather, because I think that would be more like the leather I'm going to be using. Yeah, this is more what I'm expecting it to do. So I'm getting a very fine, tight circle there. And I'm getting good tight curves, good control, and nice little stitches. Yeah, that may need a tiny bit more little adjustment, but I really think I'm very close now to having that to where I need to get it. So yeah, success. That with a tiny bit of adjustment is going to be pretty spot on. Let me just show you close up. Hope you can see that on camera. So nice little tight sewn circles, and that's where this machine is going to excel. It's for going around like little petal flower heads and things like that. It would work really well for leather applique. And on the other side, again, hopefully you can see that. Quite nice stitches on the other side. So yeah, I think I'm very nearly there. A little bit of fine tuning, but roller foot installed on a Singer 331 K4. So this is now technically a 331 K6, because that's the roller foot model. But I'm pleased to see it does work, and it certainly stitches. So there you are. That's the roller foot conversion. Hope you found that one useful. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.